In ancient Egyptian mythology, the sun and the moon were more than just celestial bodies. They were considered the eyes of powerful gods. The right eye of Ra-Horus, a fusion of the gods Ra and Horus, was associated with the sun, while the left eye was linked to the moon. These eyes weren't just ordinary eyes. They were the mystical Wedjat, a symbol representing a human eye with the markings of a falcon, the sacred bird of Horus. The right eye, symbolizing the sun, was called the Eye of Ra, and the left eye, representing the moon, was known as the Eye of Horus. Ra, the sun god, was a central figure in Egyptian religion, embodying the life-giving power of the sun. The Eye of Ra and the Eye of Horus had overlapping roles in mythology, reflecting the fluid nature of ancient Egyptian beliefs. Egyptian mythology is rich with creation stories, and the eyes of Ra play a crucial role in these tales. According to one myth, before the creation of the world, Ra sent out his eye to find his children, Shu and Tefnut, who had wandered away. The eye, acting independently, searched and found them, bringing them back to Ra. However, upon returning, the eye found that Ra had grown a new eye in its place. This made the original eye furious, feeling betrayed and replaced. To appease the enraged eye, Ra placed it on his forehead as the uraeus, a sacred cobra symbol that came to represent the Eye of Ra. This act not only calmed the eye, but also elevated its status, making it a powerful symbol of protection for the gods and pharaohs. The tears shed by the Eye of Ra during this ordeal were believed to have created humans, linking the eye to both creation and fertility. The Eye of Ra was not just a symbol of creation and protection. It also embodied the destructive power of the sun. Imagine the scorching heat of the Egyptian sun, intense and relentless. The ancient Egyptians saw this as the fiery breath of the Eye of Ra, capable of burning and destroying enemies. The eye was depicted as a fierce lioness or a serpent, unleashing its wrath on those who threatened the gods or the pharaoh. One of the most famous myths involving the Eye of Ra's destructive power is the story of the destruction of mankind. In this tale, Ra, angered by the rebellion of humans, sent his eye, in the form of the goddess Hathor, to punish them. Hathor transformed into the ferocious lioness Sekhmet and began a massacre. Seeing the devastation, Ra decided to stop the carnage. He tricked Sekhmet by pouring red-dyed beer over the land, which she drank, mistaking it for blood. She became drunk and fell asleep, ending her rampage and saving humanity. The myths of the Eye of Ra also tell of her independence and sometimes rebellious nature. One such story is the myth of the distant goddess. According to this myth, the Eye of Ra, taking the form of a goddess, became upset and fled to a distant land. Without the eye, Ra weakened, and chaos threatened to engulf the world. Realizing the importance of the eye, Ra sent gods to bring her back. These gods had to pacify and persuade her to return, often using music, dancing, and offerings. The return of the Eye of Ra was a cause for great celebration, symbolizing the renewal of life and the beginning of the Nile inundation, which brought fertility to the land. This myth highlights the dual nature of the Eye of Ra, as both a nurturing, life-giving force and a fierce, independent entity. In ancient Egyptian art, the Eye of Ra was a prevalent symbol, often depicted as a red or yellow sun disk with a cobra, known as the uraeus, encircling it. This image represented the sun's power and protection. Deities associated with the sun, like Ra, often had this emblem atop their heads, signifying their connection to the celestial body. The Eye of Ra was also a prominent motif in the adornments of pharaohs and temples. It symbolized the divine authority of the pharaoh, believed to be the living embodiment of Ra on earth. The uraeus, placed on the pharaoh's crown, served as a guardian, warding off evil and ensuring the pharaoh's reign was prosperous and protected. The Eye of Horus, also known as the Wedjat Eye, symbolizes protection, healing, and restoration. According to myth, Horus lost his eye in a battle with Set, the god of chaos. The eye was later restored by the god Thoth, making it a powerful symbol of regeneration and wholeness. The interplay between the eyes of Ra and Horus reflects the ancient Egyptians' understanding of balance in the universe. The sun and moon, day and night, order and chaos, all were seen as interconnected, with the eyes representing the dual forces that maintained harmony in the world. The influence of the eyes of Ra extends beyond ancient Egypt. These powerful symbols have inspired countless works of art, literature, and even modern culture. The mystique surrounding the eyes, their connection to the gods, and their representation of both creation and destruction continue to captivate people's imaginations. Even today, the Eye of Ra remains a popular symbol in jewelry, tattoos, and various forms of media, representing protection, power, and the enigmatic allure of ancient Egyptian mythology.